Hello, my name is Laura McCann Ramsey and I'm the CEO of ZWeave. Welcome to this session today called Measure Twice, Cut Once. This is a session about gathering requirements so that you can implement your PLM system with minimum risk. I'm really happy today to be able to talk to you about requirements gathering in PLM. My background actually, before starting in the PLM industry, was as a fashion designer, so I really don't have an IT background per se. Along the way, I've acquired one in the past 10 years, being in the PLM space for the RFA markets. Prior to that, I was really running a business probably very much like yours, developing products, sourcing products, and getting products to market. And the complexity of that led me to get involved in the PLM business. Many of you who are implementing PLM systems might not have the technical background. However, you do understand the business, and I'm here to tell you that that's a key part of this process. And we need you involved in the PLM requirements gathering from the beginning. Each project is very different, but at the foundation there are very many steps that come into play. And whether you're a consultant involved in PLM, or you're actually a C-level executive who's implementing PLM, or an IT team member of a PLM requirements project, we hope this session will guide you through how you gather requirements in a way that will really help you answer questions such as, how do you take your forms and templates, the things that you're using today, and your databases, and then turn them into actionable requirements? We're also going to talk to you about how to get your organization involved so that they buy into the definition process that's required early on so you can build something they'll love to use. We're also going to talk about how to manage the technical aspect of designing requirements so that people will accept them and they'll pass the testing phase. And what are the most effective methods today for capturing and analyzing your requirements? I hope to share some foundation information about the process, but also lessons that I have learned along the way implementing over 20 PLM solutions. As I mentioned before I started working in PLM, I really was involved in more of the supply chain and product development process. And one of the things that I learned is that because I knew how to develop products, actually implementing a PLM system was very much like that. A lot of you develop products for a living and you understand all the things that go into that, the trend research, the design, the product development, the sourcing, the development of the tech pack, all of those steps. Well, developing requirements is very, very similar. So if you don't have an IT background, the good news is you can leverage that experience of developing products in your requirements development. And I'm sharing this with you because it really is your role. You must be the one to be involved in this process. You must have people on your team who are leading the vision of the PLM product definition. And if you don't, you'll end up with an engineer-driven process, an engineer-driven system that your people might not like to use very much. And so I really want to tell you that, powerful brands and products are born of the ability to be able to envision what that product will look like. And this is how you're going to be able to get there. I'm having a little trouble with my pointer here. So now that we've understood a little bit about what goes on in PLM development and requirements, a little bit about my background doing this. For the past 10 years, I've developed solutions for the Department of Defense, and the company that I started, ZWeave, received grants for developing custom PLM applications. But prior to that, I really didn't have a lot of information about how to develop software product. You're going to need to take that same background that you might have as a company and start working on developing your IT skills around this process. Developing the requirements for your PLM system is not only like fashion, it's a lot like designing a house. And you might start out with a modest tracked model. This is what I would call the out-of-the-box PLM configuration. And you might say, you know what, I like what you have, but I really want to just repaint the shutters, I want to repaint the exterior, maybe move some hedges, make the driveway a little bit bigger. And that's going to be a different process than if you select the McMansion. The McMansion version of PLM, where you might be adding a whole back deck, a pool, wiring for speakers throughout,